Hey everyone. Hi Mr. Metal, how are you? It is a rainy day and I am suffering from the post-vacation blues. So I'm trying to do some planting today, do some chatting, cleaning the greenhouse. Your birthday's in a couple of days. That is so exciting. Do you have any fun plans for your birthday specifically? Gonna go out? Gonna spend some time with anybody? Man, this was in desperate need of a cleaning. Hey Gabe, how are you? How are you doing today? Thank you for watching the latest episode of Growing Up with Godzilla. I think I saw your comment this morning. Thank you. Alright. This needs to get dumped out at some point. Nothing much happening right now. Same here. Technically, a new semester has started for me, but I'm kind of just trying to enjoy the midweek, trying to get some stuff done. Since we were on vacation for 3 or 4 days, I got a little behind on gardening stuff, so yeah, that tends to happen. Now I'm finally catching up on all sorts of things. This has felt pretty good. This needs to side. All right. Let's see here. Put you here. I kind of want to go to the cinema, or maybe I'll just spend more time with my family. That's nice. I say go for it. Any idea what you may want to see at the theater? You know, I should move this fern outside so I get some water today. Since it's a pretty rainy day. Yeah. Let's do that. First, so you all can get like a clearer look at my lovely ferns. Aren't they pretty? I love ferns so much. They're just so gorgeous to me. Outside you go, fern. Time to get some water. All right. Does that look a little less messy now? I hope it does. I've been needing to clean the greenhouse for a while now. I just never quite got around to it. Let's shut the door because it's kind of raining in here now. Since I've been so really good. That's the highest grossing anime. I've heard of it. I heard that it's really good. I say definitely go check it out. Treat yourself, right? Why not? Why not? Oh, poor lavender did not make it. I'm so sad this pot of lavender didn't survive the winter time in here. Okay, we can put that right there, put this right here. Keep these tabs here. Perfect. I think these bags can go down here. I need some room for pots. This planting station. Right there. Guys, I think I'm making some progress. My grandma's pink garden bag. Isn't that festive? Little mini rake. So I can put that in there. Captain Gokai is here. I'm glad that you loved this past weekend's episode. That's great. I absolutely adore Dane. Dane is a wonderful person. All right. So much junk down here. All right. Well, this was progress, I suppose. Not too bad. What did I do with my... Oh, my coffee. Desperately need my coffee. Did I have a good weekend? Yes, I had a very good weekend. I mentioned a little while ago before you came on, but my fiance and I were on vacation because this May 6th, today actually, is our second engagement anniversary. So we went on vacation this weekend. Did our wedding food tasting, which was nice. And we just got in some relaxation, which we've been long overdue for. Jackie, hi, I love you too. Arpy's here as well. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm just putzing around the greenhouse this morning, just getting some gardening done. Again, I'm a little late on getting my plants transplanted. And when I say late, I mean, oh, I wondered where those seeds went. I lost them. Oh, if only I was organized. That. Put that down there. All right. Let's brush this off. It is gross. Oh, thank you. Nope, November. November. At some point this spring, I need to do a deep clean of the greenhouse. That's a little bit of a mess. A little bit of a mess. This is going to go up in the corner. Ooh, that sage smells great. So what are the plants that are hanging? Are you talking about the dehydrated ones or the, like this one back here? This is a strawberry plant. these come back every year. Actually, one of my things on the to-do list today is to clean that up because that looks a little bit of a mess. I think these are dehydrated chives. This is dehydrated, I think it's thyme, and then sage, and then rosemary. Oh, that rosemary really smells strong, but good. I love the smell of rosemary. So, I'm gonna move the stream over here, I think. Let's see how well this goes up here. If it fits. Sorry for taking the camera, everybody. There we go. That way I can at least keep track of what's being said. Clean this plant up. This is garbage. Alright. I wonder what I did with my pink scissors. Huh. Can't find my pink scissors. Yes, I do have a pink pair of scissors. Oh, you have hanging strawberries as well? Or are you talking about what is hanging here? Because this is also strawberries. I leave the leaves in the strawberries over winter. Because even though they're in the greenhouse, it still gets kind of cold. So the leaves provide a little bit of insulation. It honestly looks like this is getting baby strawberries on it already, which is kind of wild. No pun intended, of course. Oh yeah, so all of the hanging plants in here are definitely strawberries. We love our strawberries. They're one of the only fruits that I mean, I eat a lot of fruit, but they are ones that I really like to have for breakfast, so. Let's get all this dead stuff out of here. I hope you guys find the gardening streams relaxing, because I've actually been really having a lot of fun. Oh yeah, strawberries can be planted in a planter, or they could be just planted in the ground. These ones are vining strawberries, so they tend to work a little bit better in a planter. That way they can kind of cascade down. Just allows them to have some better growth, I'd say. I love our healthy... See, the frustrating thing about growing strawberries is that I have a lot of animals that like to eat them as well. Valerie! Good to see you, Valerie. How have you been? Yeah, so the animals like to eat these, which is slightly irritating. But if I can keep them in the yard, I can usually keep a pretty close eye on them over the summertime. There we go. Does that not look astronomically better? I would watch any gardening content you make. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. Donny, have you seen or heard of the Tremors movies? Yes, I have. I've watched them, actually. I would consider them semi-quintessential kaiju movie viewing. I've heard some people argue that they're not kaiju films, but I disagree with that. I think that they very much could be considered kaiju films. Can everybody hear me okay, by the way? I realize, so I have like a new camera or a new microphone. You probably saw it in my video from yesterday, and I forgot to plug it into my phone, so I'm just using the regular phone camera or microphone. Oh, that coffee's good. I would message Kaiju Canuck. I don't think we have any plans of doing another joint stream for a while, mostly because the other one is still getting some traction, Valerie. But I would definitely message Kaiju Canuck and express your interest, because I think that, I think we'd have a really good conversation. Yeah, the tariffs, if you were a Godzilla collector, the tariffs are really going to significantly impact your purchasing. Not to mention the current tariff that Trump has placed on foreign films could potentially impact the sequel to Godzilla Minus One and our accessibility to that sequel. Unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, he's pretty active on Instagram too. Valerie asks, what animals do I have? I have 2 cats. Captain Gokai asks, what roast are you drinking? And do you put anything... So I am right now drinking Colombian Supremo. And it is the Costco brand. I think, what's Costco's brand called? Kirkland. And I typically will put a teaspoon of honey in my coffee. So that is what I'm drinking, and it is quite scrumptious. I sometimes have people look at me odd when I say that I put honey in my coffee. But I think it adds sweetness without having like the health downsides of sugar. But it also gives the coffee a bit of like a roasted taste, which I think is super delicious. I love it. Okay. This one's gonna be a mess. I'm gonna cut that yellow one out of here too, because that is on the way out. I'm gonna open the window. It's starting to get warm in here. All right. There we go. Oh, it is quite good. You should definitely try honey and coffee at some point. Captain Gokai, do you like coffee? And does anybody else listening like coffee? Oh, you started journaling. That's amazing. I'm glad that it's been helpful for you so far. It reminds me, I need to do my journaling for the week. Now that I am off school, well, I'm still teaching, but now that my schedule is lessened a bit, I'm going to work on more journaling, and I need to do more reading. These are not Nikes, by the way. I'm really surprised I have people tuning in on my stream on a Tuesday, because Tuesday tends to be, at least Tuesday afternoons, tend to be kind of slow on my YouTube. Granted, I usually post most of my content in the evening, so that could be why. Oh, it's your day off. Nice. Love that. Oh, I think I had a strawberry plant die. Sad. I mean, all things considered, I've had 6 strawberry plants survive, I think, out of 8. That's honestly not bad at all. Not bad at all. What did I remind you of, RP? I think we're making progress on the strawberry planter, everyone. You know, I was gonna water this, but it, oh, oops, I cut off some living foliage. My bad. My bad. It should come back though. That's why I wish I had my pink scissors, because those are at least a little bit more delicate. I can get into these close-knit spaces. I got some acorns in here too. We're gonna get rid of those. All right. Look at them. Don't they look a little bit better? I'd say so. I'm gonna go toss out the remnants into our compost area. Hopefully it starts raining again. Of course, now that I put the plants outside, so guess what? Not raining. All right. Oh, excuse me. All right. There we go. Sorry about the camera chaos. All right, so guess what we're gonna do? We're going to work on transplanting more plants and talking about stuff. So I will remember next time to bring my microphone out here, because I think with all the background noise, like the traffic nearby, it probably is not helping the audio quality much. So all right, we got tomatoes, we have some dirt, and we'll grab some pots. Marker, cannot forget marker this time. How are the other babies doing? They seem to be doing okay. Thank you, I did. I cut my hair last week before vacation. I was like, I need to look crisp for vacation. Don't judge my outfit. These are kind of like pajamas, by the way. Okay. Right, what seeds are these? Or what plants are these? Hi, Alpha Dragon Wolf Warrior. It's good to see you. I've not seen you in a while. Welcome back. My mental health has been so bad lately, and it's been difficult. My mental health is a little bit down today, too. That's why I'm trying to find ways to kind of boost my spirits a little bit. And gardening and chatting with all of you seem to be the perfect duo, because I'm already feeling a little bit better. And thank you, Captain Gokai. I appreciate that. Sunsweet cherry tomatoes. Remember last time I had like 3,000 Sunsweet cherry tomatoes? It looks like I have even more. So I guess that's one of my favorite breeds of tomato. Let's turn this slightly so everybody can see a little bit better. See the magic. You can kind of see my face still. Let me tilt it just a little bit. There we go. Hopefully my phone does not fall. That would be That would not be conducive to productive streaming. All right. I think we've hit the sweet spot. All right. So we have Sun Sweet cherries. Need to at some point improve my labeling system for transplanting things. Okay. That's not conducive. Does anybody have any questions today about anything? Any questions? Oh, I think I should plant that a little deeper, actually. That's a little shallow for my tastes. Some of these tomatoes with long stems just really need some extra soil. So many babies. There are a crap ton of baby tomatoes. I'm probably going to give some to my parents, and I'm going to give some to some friends. Sun Sweet Charmeleon. Ooh. I'm a mess today. Pour the rest of this in a pot so it's easier to scoop. Volunteer this pot with some fresh soil. I'm getting really irritated. Sorry if I shake the camera, everyone. There we go. That should sustain me for a while. Let's work this up a little bit. There, this will help me from having to fumble in the bag, because the bag is starting to get a little irritating. All right. Scoop. Oh, that's so much better. That is so much better. Hi, Spire Talon. It's good to see you. Would I consider myself a clumsy person? My fiance would probably say yes. I am kind of a clumsy person. I make it seem like I'm a graceful creature, but I am really not graceful whatsoever. I often have dreams of being more graceful. Captain Gokai, how often do you go shopping for gardening? I wish I went more. I usually do probably a good 2 or 3 garden shopping trips in the springtime. Because sometimes I might need some extra supplies and stuff like that. But when it comes to buying plants, I don't have to do many because I have my own seedlings. So, and I am also excited for our interview this week in Spire Talon. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. pop that right in there. Oh, I know, I'm so excited for these to get bigger. It's going to be nice. Some sweet cherries. Let's see. It's getting a little warm in here. I think I'm going to turn the fan on. It's only 6. It's very humid today because of all the rain. That's why. There we go. Some air circulation would be nice. All right, I got one more itty bitty plant. I don't know if that one's gonna live. It looks very small. Can you hear a blue jay? Can you hear the blue jay? Look at how tiny this one is. Huh. Have you ever grown a tree? Yes, I have. In fact, my family up north, we have 200 acres of property, and we have an orchard up there. I see the blue jay. It landed right on the ground out here. Oh, I love nature. All right, now we are on the unknown tomatoes. These are the labelless well, let's go with the ones that are labeled first. Literal baby, absolute baby. Inspire says it's raining where you are too. I'm kind of glad we're getting rain because I feel like it's just gonna make the plants grow even better. Okay, so these tomatoes that I'm about to plant are Ukrainian purple tomatoes. I have eaten them before, but I've never grown them, so I'm very curious as to see how they go. And it's interesting because these tomato plants are actually super tall so far. Of all of them, they have been growing the fastest. An orchid? Do you have an orchid? If we're going to talk about orchids, I am not very good with raising orchids. Orchids take a lot of patience, of which I don't have a lot of patience. Oh, orchard. Oh, okay. Ukrainian purple. My family has been working on grafting baby apple trees. So I've not had any direct involvement in that, but I've been watching the process and it's kind of really cool. You can like crossbreed apple trees and everything like that. I do have some apple seeds I planted, but they've not sprouted, and I think I may have done them incorrectly because with tree seeds, you have to be very particular because some of them need to be overwintered, meaning they need like a period of cold weather or like placed in a refrigerator for a time and then taken out before they are prompted to grow, because it's meant to simulate the change in seasons. Yes, but I know, but my mom and I have been trying to take care of orchids very differently. Yes, yeah. I'm sorry, Alpha, the stream has been lagging a little bit. Is it your internet or is it my internet? Seems fine. Anybody else experiencing buffering issues? Ukrainian purple. La dee, la da dee, la da dee. All right. Another one. Here we go. Lovely. Yes, I was, but it was my internet. It's running fine now. Okay, cool. I was going to say it may have been my internet because I am connected to our Wi-Fi, but I'm also outside. That could have something to do with it. Starting to run a little low on pots. I thought I had more pots. No, I see. Okay, I see them. They're down there. All right. Whew. I'm a little bit worried. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking if it was more than one person, it probably was my internet that was being silly. So I apologize for that. All right. I have 2 more Ukrainian purple ones to plant that I can see at least. We're supposed to have some really nice days the next week or so, so I'm assuming these will grow pretty quickly. Ukrainian purple. Maybe apple trees, I hope you get a benefit from. I hope so too. The funny thing about apple trees is kind of similar to orchids, you got to be really patient with trees because the apple trees probably aren't going to produce in 8 to 10 years. So I'm going to be, if I get apple trees successfully growing, I might not see apples until I'm in my mid 40s. But you know what? That's life, right? Sometimes you gotta wait. It's all you can really do. Oh, I think that one needs more soil. You know, I'm kind of thinking maybe I won't bring my microphone out here the next time because I feel like part of the ambiance is enjoying the sounds of nature that are happening around me too, because it's really like just the sound of the birds and the bugs and the rain. It's so nice. That probably sounds really corny, but oh well. There's nothing wrong with being a little corny, I suppose. Patience is a virtue. Yes, absolutely. One that I don't always have, that I do need more of, but I thought I planted more of those. Maybe I didn't. You know, those could be Ukrainian purples too, but they're not labeled. I wonder if they are. Yes, it definitely is. Well, I guess I'm going to put question marks next to the ones I don't know. And then when they produce tomatoes, I will just be surprised. That's sometimes what happens. Although I will say these are taller, so they almost look like the Ukrainian purple tomatoes. Yeah, the root and that one is huge. Huge root. Anxiety and panic attacks have been affecting me the most, and now agoraphobia, and I think my medication's been decreased, are also making me worse. I hear the outside sounds can be relaxing. I've been trying to get out more and combat the intrusive thoughts and fears. And you know what? I am so proud of you for doing what you can to get out there more and combat the intrusive thoughts and fears. And I commend you for sharing too, because like honestly, sharing can be like the most scary part of it, right? Like admitting that there is something taking place. Right? So I commend you and celebrate your perseverance and your fortitude, Alpha. I think I need more soil. I somehow did this without making a mess. There's gotta be a word out there somewhere for that. What I really hate about some of the soil is that, like, the store-bought soil, is that there's plastic in it sometimes. I don't want plastic in my soil. That is not acceptable. Absolutely not. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. Well, keep on this trajectory. I know you can do it, okay? I know you can do it. And the thing is, and I think I mentioned this in the last stream too, is that when you're navigating, mind you, P.S., I'm not a therapist, so my insight and advice is not the end-all be-all. I'm strictly saying it in the context of my own experience. But in my conversations with my therapist, if you suffer with like anxiety and depression like I do, or bipolar disorder like I do, like healing and navigating it isn't always a linear process. Some days you might have some days may be a rough day. You might have days where you feel like you're $1,000,000, right? Like today, I'm kind of, I mean, I'm not at the lowest I've been, but like I'm having kind of a mental health day today. But I'm finding ways to kind of create some tools to help myself, and gardening and streaming are two of those things. So sometimes it's just a question of like if you have the tools to navigate it, that's good. And if you don't, maybe having someone to talk to is always a good thing too. Having multiple lines of support will, I think, always just be helpful. I have PTSD, MDD, and panic disorder. Yeah, so those are multiple intersecting variables that you're navigating, right? So, I mean, you yourself have probably experienced that, like, navigating through them isn't always a linear process, right? Honestly, when I found out that it's not a linear process, that's when I started feeling, at least I knew, at least something made sense. I know when I was first diagnosed with bipolar disorder, it finally kind of gave me answers as to like why I behaved the way I had in the past. So, which I took some form of comfort in that, I guess. Okay. My allergies are starting to bother me. Definitely not linear. It goes up and down all throughout the day. Moments of clarity and peace mixed with moments of dread and overwhelm. Yeah. I can imagine like the whiplash from that can be equally as frustrating and or overwhelming too. I think one of my bigger struggles when it comes to mental health would be struggling balancing communicating it with people but navigating it at the same time, and whether or not I'm communicating it clearly enough to people, because like sometimes people will have like these expectations, and maybe I'm like going through like a really bad mental health time and they don't fully understand that, and then they end up getting upset or hurt at me because of it, and I have to be like, I'm super sorry, obviously being hurtful is not my intent. I'm going through something, so I just think it's important whenever possible to grant people grace, because you don't know what they're necessarily going through, right? Even like, and I have to like remind myself like, hey Donnie, you don't always know what everyone is going through, right? Let's see here. All right. Very good. Another question mark tomato. Not the question mark tomatoes. Okay, there we go. All right, I do have more Romas, and I think I'm gonna transplant the dill. I do have some dill. Makes it feel like I'll never be normal again. I have to remind myself that I've been through this before. I've been there too with being unintentionally harsh or impatient for my mental state. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. And like that normal thing, I know is pretty difficult to navigate through, because our normal also doesn't necessarily match up to other people's definition of normal, right? So that kind of adds an extra variable of complication to it. Okay. More pots. Let's get the dill transplanted, because I want a crap ton of dill this year. Alpha says, I always have it in my mind that you never truly know what someone else is going through. Just yesterday, I had a conversation with someone at my doctor's visit who's been going through what I am. Yeah, no, it's, and sometimes you might realize that there are people who are really resonating with what you're going through too. I guess also my struggle is that, and that's something I've had to work through. I'm very transparent about my mental health, and I've had to remind myself that not everybody is comfortable with this level of transparency. So, like, your mental health journey when it comes to the transparency and the verbalization of it may be different than mine, right? And I operated for a while under this assumption that, like, everyone should be transparent and upfront about their mental health. And then I pieced it together and realized that not everybody is on the same journey, right? So should they be held to that same expectation? Kind of goes back to that whole representation tidbit too. Yes, dill. I'm so excited. Let's see here. I have to be very delicate because dill is quite delicate. Oh, come on, dill. Come out of there. Wow! Oh my goodness. Look at how long that root that root compared to this itty bitty plant is almost hilarious. Okay, I guess we'll try to put it in this pot, which hardly seems comparable, but okay. Now I have a feeling that dill is going to enjoy being in here way more than it did being in that itty bitty seed tray, so hopefully it does what it needs to do. Dill. There we go. Lovely. We have different parts of our journey. Yep, agreed. I absolutely agree. I love that we can just chill together and chat about gardening, Godzilla, mental health. It is nice. It's nice being among kindred souls. Yeah, this dill plant is definitely not as long-rooted as the other one. Nope. Oop. Maybe I lied. Actually, it is. It was just disguised. Let's get that back in there. There we go. The soil's pretty wet, so I don't think I need to water it. I think it should be fine. Speaking of Godzilla -1 has been in my dreams a lot lately, especially... Ooh, really? It's been a while since I've had a Godzilla dream. I actually had an Anguirus dream the other day. I don't think I've ever had an Anguirus dream in my life, but I bet you it's because I was talking on, which episode? I think both the recent episodes of Growing Up with Godzilla I was talking about Anguirus. So I guess I just had Anguirus on the mind. Oh, you're so kind, Captain Gokai. You're so kind. I do want to do audiobook versions of my own books at some point. I need to get with my publisher on that so I can figure that out, because poetry, I feel like, sounds best when you can listen to it. Absolutely. Oh, this little dill. Look at that. Cutie. Cutie patootie. Cutie patootie. There we go. Alright. Oh, I got a marker all over me. Ew. I need to do some research to see if I should transplant asparagus to a pot. I do not know if I should or not. That is the question of the day. All right. Last call for any questions. Alpha Warrior says, It's my favorite scene of the movie, so maybe that's why I also love the scene with Takao in the final battle. Me too. I think maybe I'll watch that again soon. It's been a while since I've watched Godzilla Minus One. I think the most recent Godzilla movie I watched was it GMK? It may have been GMK. I think my conversation with Dane inspired me to want to watch GMK. Probably. Wow, it looks so much better in here. As long as you ignore the clutter down here, at least the shelves look better. But, yeah. Nice. Guess we can bring this down. Well, so, so far I have transplanted 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 pepper plants. Tomato plants, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. And then 3 dill plants. I'd say that between last stream and this stream, it's pretty productive, right? I still have poblano peppers I need to do. I still have some tomatoes I need to do. The acorn squash and the cucumbers, I think those just go straight in the ground. You don't really want to transplant those too much because they don't really take well. In fact, typically one should plant them just directly in the ground. Thank you, Captain Gokai. Alpha says, I obsess over things I like, so I overanalyze -1 scenes more. I'm the same way. That's probably why we get along so well. Get like dirt all over me. I am also a huge Pokemon fan too. You're killing it, Donny. Thank you. But I don't have a Switch, so I can't keep up with any of the recent games. I hope that you're able to get a Switch at some point because the new games are top notch. Well, my friends, thank you for tuning in for my random gardening stream today. I'm going to probably wrap up here. Remember to do things you love. Enrich yourself. Take moments to get away from things. This is my way of doing it. This is my way of getting over my post-vacation doldrum. Did you ask a last question? Did I miss it? Oh, I apologize for that. What is the thing you're most excited for Pokemon ZA? Oh, the fact that it's gonna be in Paris. Like, that's gonna be elegant. I'm pretty excited about that. So that is the thing I'm looking forward to the most. How about you? What are you looking forward to the most? And Alpha, you are more than welcome. Thank you for your courageousness and for being here today and chatting with me. My day is always brightened whenever I see any of your comments. And that goes for the rest of you, any of your comments on any of my videos. I know I may not get a chance to reply to all of them, but I do assure you I read all of them, and they often bring a smile to my face. I am very curious about the new battle system. I think I'm cautious, but I'm excited at the same time. So, but anyway, if you would be so kind, if you could click like on this, and share my videos around. Thank you. That circulates my work to more people. And that pesky algorithm, thank you as always for watching Growing Up with Godzilla. I have so much fun doing the show, and I'm glad that you are enjoying it. So hang in there. You all got this. I believe in you. And I will probably be doing another one of these streams this week, so stay tuned for that. Let's get more gardening done. We need to get these plants transplanted, damn it, don't we? So I will talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.